So now we are doing our Sunday school. We're doing some sketch art drawing of Jesus here, um, and learning about God. And we're just doing some stick figures of Jesus. God loves this when we do sketch figures of Jesus like this, and so that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm making, now this one I had to put on a fig leaf. Let's call this fig leaf Jesus. We'll call this fig leaf Jesus. That's who he is fig leaf Jesus. I should have put that on the, because we had to cover him up with a fig leaf. And so if you remember in the Garden of Eden, when they talked about that, man realized he didn't have any clothes on and decided to cover up with a fig leaf. And then they blamed Eve, and saying it was her fault. They blamed the woman, saying it was her fault, that the man was tempted. And so they used that and blamed the woman. The man blamed the woman. Okay, I think we'll call this one Halo Jesus. Yeah, we've got lots of different names we can call Halo Jesus. And we're going to draw some lines like this on his poncho. Jesus was wearing a poncho. Oh, I forgot to put the fringe on it. I don't think it's too late. I'm going to put a heart right here, like this. And we're going to put some fringe on here. There, that's better. And yeah, now I need to do some, I forgot to add Jesus' hair. Jesus' hair like this. Okay, so Jesus has a nose. We got to draw his nose like this. And then he's got a beard and a mustache. He looks like he might use some of that Sasquatch deodorant and stuff, maybe. And then Jesus has like a beard, like this. There. There, perfect. Halo Jesus. Okay, so we got our fringe down here on the bottom. Now this is fig leaf Jesus from the Garden of Eden right here. And then this is Halo Jesus. And, oh, I see. We have a lot of stick figure Jesus that we can draw. So if you're new, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel, please. Okay, so let's, oh goodness sakes. I want to draw this one, but it looks like it might be a little more challenging. Wait, hello. Oh goodness, I can't see very well. I'm going to have to go over here to my chat. And then I think I have to mute myself. Thank goodness I muted myself before. Why, hello? Akshat Y. Hello. Thank you for joining. We're drawing stick figure Jesus for Sunday school. We're having Sunday school on, and we're doing stick figure Jesus. I think this is a good lesson about Jesus. We have many, many different types of Jesus that we can draw here. And so I've got fig leaf Jesus for the Garden of Eden, and then Halo Jesus. And he's got fringe on his white striped poncho. It's a poncho is what Jesus is wearing, his poncho. And so and this one is always a pretty good one too, I think. Let's see if I can. Oh, I don't know if I left myself enough room. I'm gonna have to maybe take it down a little bit like this, and then let's see if we can get Jesus' arm like that, and then his head is kind of like this, and so he's got his cross that he's dragging by himself. Nobody's there helping Jesus drag his cross. He's doing it just by himself. And so this is always a fascinating depiction of Jesus, how nobody was there to actually even help Jesus. And so that, oh, you like it too as well. Oh, yes, I know we all love God in varying degrees, and we have different opinions and things like that. And I know God is a very, very hard topic to talk about in many different places and venues. I have a lot that I'd like to say about God. I will say it on my own YouTube channel, because I have a belief that God, I don't want to scare people away. That's the whole thing. I actually have a belief that God is, there's so much history that's in the Bible related to the planet Earth. And so I think that it's a symbolic reference of somebody's story of what they were telling it about 3,000 years ago, and it's kind of like a Harry Potter book. I mean, I'm not being disrespectful to the Bible. I know some people get very, very upset about that, especially pastors. And so, that's just my opinion, in that I think the fire in the sea, the fire that people see is volcanoes. And the new land that people see is the plates of the earth. And I think we've had modern technology for probably 4,000 years now. I think technology has been around a very long time, possibly. I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, when I think about things, the United States is in its infancy related to being a country. And so the thing I find kind of confusing is, how can a country like the United States just be a new country that's not that old and have all this technology just out of the blue? How does that happen? I don't know how that happens. And so let's call this one burden to bear cross Jesus. Burden to bear cross Jesus. So Jesus is dragging his excess baggage. Here's another one. This one is fascinating too. Let's draw this Jesus. We'll draw this Jesus here. We have many, many, many types of Jesus here. And so what did we do to Jesus' face? Oh, good grief. Could we have done a little bit better with Jesus' face here? He's supposed to be kind of looking up. Okay, so he's not looking up right now. He's looking over this direction at the sun. And so we have got, and so his hands are kind of clasped together like that. Oh no, we made it. Oh no, we didn't mean to do that. Why is Jesus flipping off the sun? Jesus, you should not be flipping off the sun. Put your middle finger back away. Are you mad, angry Jesus? I mean, I don't think we've ever seen mad, angry Jesus before until now. Jesus, why are you doing that? Oh, Bad hand. Why did you draw it like that? Bad hand. You're, you would think that, stop doing that. Okay, this was supposed to be prayer to son Jesus, but he looks mad now. Pray to son Jesus. Okay, so that's what we did. Pray to son Jesus. And so it looks like he's flipping off the son for some reason. I think Jesus is angry today. Angry Jesus. Which we really don't see a whole lot of angry Jesus, do we? I don't think we do. We see caring Jesus a lot. And sin, washing away sin Jesus. And we don't really see an angry Jesus. Well, actually, the depictions, so when I was a child that I think about, God was the one who was angry. Jesus was not angry. God was the one that was angry. We also have the people praying to Jesus, which is kind of worshiping Jesus, turning Jesus into an idol. We do have that depiction here. Let's see. Let me draw Jesus. We're going to draw Jesus like this. And with this one, Jesus, it has a, let's see, kind of like this, and like that, and then there's kind of a beard mustache thingy right here, like that, and this one is kind of, yeah, this one depicts worshiping, the man down on his knees worshiping Jesus. And so they're sort of holding hands like this. And so this person is asking Jesus for help. There's a depiction here of what Jesus is in this image here. This man is down here asking Jesus for some help, and Jesus is wearing a sash like this. It looks kind of like a Girl Scout sash. And so, yeah, so we've got, maybe we need to give Jesus, well, Jesus' eyes, I think, are covered up in this one. So we don't, Jesus doesn't have any eyes in this one. So this is asking Jesus, I think this is asking Jesus for forgiveness. Or asking Jesus for help. Could I have spelled it right? Yeah, we can now. Asking Jesus for help. I think that's what this image is the person asking Jesus for help. And so we'll just use this sun because we have another sun in this image. And so, let's see. I've got your back. Yeah, stick figure Jesus. We have quite a lot of stick figure Jesus. Should we do cross Jesus? I mean, I think we can. Well, we've done this cross Jesus. I mean, and so it's kind of sad though to think about. Oh my goodness, it's like, cross Jesus. And so, so we draw the cross like this. We'll draw the cross like this. And so then we're going to put Jesus up here like this. And we're going to draw Jesus' robe like this. And we're going to put the fringe on it So Jesus is wearing a poncho, if you remember. So we don't want to be able to see through. And so here's Jesus. His hands are right there. And so we're going to draw this other one like this. And his hand is right there. Okay, so there's Jesus right there on the cross. And so we'll call this sacrificial Jesus. Yeah, sacrificial. Sacrificial, sacrificial Jesus. So he sacrificed his life for sin. Sacrificial Jesus for sins. For sins. Right there. There we have it. So let's make him. And so Jesus bore the burden of taking sins away. So we're not supposed to discuss that, though, according to the scriptures and to modern day pastors. We're just supposed to accept it as Jesus died for our sins, but we're not supposed to discuss it according to the pastors. Now, they just want to put the words out there in their words, so, we might need to add another one in here. I have one more here, another Jesus that I need to draw. We're going to draw Jesus' hands like this. We're going to put him in a poncho. Absolutely, Jesus is going to be wearing his poncho. Yeah, he does kind of look like an angel. We're going to draw some little feet down here. And we're going to draw kind of the stick figure Jesus hair here like this. And maybe a little neck or a beard or something like that. And Jesus' eyes like that. And we're going to do Prophet Jesus. Yeah, we're going to call this one Prophet Jesus. Prophet Jesus. Right here. Okay, we got to draw his little hands right there, like that. I noticed that his robe always kind of looks like trumpet sometimes too. But we've got Prophet Jesus right here. And anyone have any questions or anything about our Sunday school lesson here that we're learning about? I mean, we're updating it to modern times too here. So we've got Prophet Jesus, we have Sacrificial Jesus for sins, we have Asking Jesus for help, we have Pray to Son Jesus, Burden to Bear Cross Jesus, we have Fig Leaf Jesus, and we have Halo Jesus. And I see one that I forgot. I need to get a new piece of paper here. Okay, yeah, Jesus, we forgot you. We need to remember this Jesus too. Okay, so yeah, we've got to do, let's see if I can make them a little bit smaller so I give myself a little bit more room. Okay. Nope, I just didn't do that now, did I? I couldn't make it a little bit smaller. We had to make Jesus a little bit larger, didn't we? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got his hand there, and we're gonna, okay. Okay. Oh, goodness, Jesus, what have we done to you here? Okay, so we've got a little, well, no, it's not really goatee Jesus. Okay, so we're gonna put a little sash on here, like this. We got a little sash there. And so now with this one, we've got shepherd Jesus. We've got the shepherd's hook. It's always, I find it fascinating that the shepherd's hook, you know, I mean, it's for leading sheep. And so everything in the Bible leads back to farming, from what I see. Okay, Jesus, we need to fix your head a little bit. You look kind of ridiculous there. We gotta... There. Okay. Ask a Q&A. Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, let me see if I can do a Q&A here. Let me add a Q&A here. Start a Q&A. What is your favorite story? Let's ask this question. What is your favorite of what is your favorite story of Jesus? Yeah, that's what we'll ask. What is your favorite story of Jesus? What color do we want to use? Let's use this color. Done. What is your favorite story of Jesus? Let's put it up here. Oh, I can't put it up there? Yeah, there, we can put it up there like that. Okay, so let's guide you back around there. And, okay, there we go. What is your favorite story of Jesus? So that should be showing up on my, let me see if it's showing up on my screen. Hopefully, I should be able to see it here shortly. I hope I can see it on my, maybe not, maybe maybe I don't see it on desktop. I don't know. Do I not have it on my desktop? Maybe I don't. Maybe it's just for phones. Oh my goodness. Did I just learn something? I think I did. That we don't get the stickers on the desktop, so I am not seeing my question and answer on desktop. I'm only seeing it on the phone. I don't know if the rest of you can see it or not, but I am the only one who can see it right now. Unless it's showing up. I don't know. I would have to get another device to see if it shows up. Do you guys see the question on my screen? Do any of you see the question on my screen? I asked the question, what is your favorite story of Jesus? Now we're going to call him Shepherd Jesus. Shepherd Jesus. And so I'm going to draw a lamb right here like this. And then I'm going to make some legs. We're going to make a little fluffy little tail. And so we've got a lamb here. So Jesus has to have a lamb. Yeah, I don't see, these are not showing up on desktop. So I guess that's a special feature that we only see on cell phones. My goodness sakes. I learned something here today, that we are not seeing the Q&As, the question and answers on desktop version, only on cell phones. That's the future. That's the future of where we're going, is with the evolution of AI. And so, yeah, when we ask the Q&A, it's on cell phones only. It's not on the desktop version. Okay, so let's get back here to drawing more stick figure Jesus. Oh, this one looks like perturbed Jesus. Yeah, this next one we're going to call it perturbed Jesus. Now, Grandma liked the word perturbed, and this looks like a Jesus who is perturbed. He's not angry, he's perturbed. Okay, we're going to draw Jesus like this, and then he's got his little mustache like that. He's in his poncho Jesus. Okay. We're going to draw this down like that. And we're going to take Jesus out like this. Yes, this is absolutely, anyone who had a mom who did this, you know what perturbed is. Perturbed Jesus. You guys see it? Absolutely. We see perturbed Jesus right now. We need to draw some feet. Now, Jesus, for some reason, is perturbed. He's not angry. He's just perturbed. P-E-R-T. Is it P-E-R or T-U? I'm going to spell it T-U-R-B-E-D. Perturbed Jesus. I'm not sure if it's right or not. But we still know the meaning. We still get it. So we've got perturbed Jesus right here. So he's perturbed for some reason. And, okay, so we've got to draw some hair on. Oh, we forgot Jesus' sash here. We've got to put a sash on Jesus like this. But Jesus is very perturbed for some reason. Now, we never see excruciatingly angry Jesus ever. That's God's department, not Jesus. So Jesus controls his temper better than God does. That's what I learned in the Bible. God is very, very, very angry at times, but Jesus is able to control his temper. Now we're going to do another one that's sort of similar. We're gonna draw a stick figure Jesus like this, and we're gonna draw that, and we're gonna draw his mustache like this, and okay, and we need to color in some of this so we know that it's hair here, and Jesus has a great big giant beard. It's important for us to get our Jesus beard in there. And so Jesus's arm is out this direction, and we got his robe down here like that, and it's going up here like that, and then we've got a little sash that's going on right here, the sash, and like that. Yeah, that works. And so what we have right here is we've got this, and it goes up here like that. Okay, and so Jesus is reading from the Bible. Hopefully that looks, let's write Bible on it. Bible. So hopefully that looks somewhat like a Bible. Bible. We're going to call this Bible Jesus. Bible. Okay, so this one is Bible Jesus. So Jesus is reading from his Bible. And so this Jesus might be perturbed because he doesn't have a Bible. Oh my goodness. There is nothing like there's nothing like living that close to an airport where they do maintenance every Sunday morning on the airplanes. So Sunday morning is maintenance day on airplanes. I'm telling you, living in an airport community is, well, you get used to it. Yeah, so God is very, very angry God is excruciatingly angry on Sunday. Hello, God. He's very angry. Oh, God, could you tone your temper down a little bit, please? But Jesus has to control his temper. Okay, so let's. Um, oh my good. Oh, what's this? Wait a minute. 1001 Jesus stick figures, royalty. Yeah, mine are royalty free. I'm drawing them myself. Um, uh, well, we've got this one too. Wait a second. I'm gonna have to do the best that I can. I mean, I'm thinking this might be Noah's Ark. Maybe Jesus rode in Noah's Ark. He had to have. Jesus would have had to been in Noah's Ark. And so we're gonna draw a little figure right here, and we're gonna draw Jesus sitting here like this. Just like that. Okay, and we're going to draw his arch here for his mustache. He's got like a St. Louis arch mustache right there. And that works for sailboat Jesus, for Noah's Ark sailboat Jesus. Or is he Christopher Columbus Jesus, for crying out loud? I don't know. I'm so confused. And so we're going down here like this. Jesus is in Noah's Ark right now, and he is having a Sunday school lesson by himself because there's not much room. Jesus is taking his cross in his boat now, so he's having prayer services. We're going to call this cruise ship Jesus. Should we call it cruise ship Jesus or, no, I don't know what kind of Jesus we should call it. Cruise ship Jesus or no, I think we should call it Noah's Ark Jesus. Or Noah's Ark Jesus. Noah's Ark Jesus. Okay, so there, we've got Noah's Ark Jesus right there. Oh no, with the boat one I'm looking at, this is the furthest I want to go. I'm not going down that boat path any further than this today. This is just where I'm going to stick. Oh, this is just where I'm going to land my plane with Jesus right here in the Noah's Ark. We're just going to leave it right there. And you know what? I'm going to share this with you. I talked to a pastor this past week. And when we go down the path of asking the YouTube pastors about how did God, how did Jesus, how did Noah feed all the animals on the ship? Where did he put the poop? Oh my gosh, they get angry. They get very angry. They just say, oh, well, you're a troll. It's like, well, my goodness, when I was a child, I had these same questions. Where did they put the poop? How did you feed the animals for all that time? You know, so if it was years and years, where did you put all the poop? How did I asked a question? Well, how did Noah take care of the animals? So for the story I learned, it was just Noah by himself on the ark. That's what I learned as a child, that Noah was just by himself on the ark. Well, then later, when I was in my later teens, someone added that Noah had a wife that probably helped him on the boat. Now the pastors have added that Noah has had sons that he took on the boat with him. And it's like, well, how did Noah keep the mosquitoes and all the bugs and insects? And how did he keep the snakes from eating the bugs and insects on the boat? And where did he get the food from? Because we learned about the dove. Oh, we might have to do stick figure dove in the future. And so, but just for right now, let's draw a bird. Yeah, we need to have a seagull right here. And the bird has to have, what is it? It's supposed to be an olive leaf of peace, or yeah, and I believe that the symbolic nature of the olive leaf, though, the branch, was that land was not far away. So when you see a bird that has a branch in its mouth, what they did was Noah sent Well, this is a lesson in seamanship, though, too, in marine life. Because a bird is not going to be flying around with a branch in its mouth out over the sea that far away unless land is nearby. And so they would launch the birds out from the boat to see if there was land not far off. And I believe that this is depicted in the Bible with Noah's Ark. I mean, it's another thing that we can poke holes in related to marine life and children telling children's stories in the Bible. But the pastors don't want to listen to that. I couldn't rationalize that when I was a child, but now as I've aged and actually having had um, the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to call it a luxury. The luxury to be able to live with the United States military and be able to live near very expensive places at the cost of the taxpayers, wasting money. Now, I mean, are you guys going to tell us that me as a military spouse, that it was a waste of money for me to live in a luxurious place in a military base? Are you guys going to start telling that to us now? It was a luxury for me to be able to live in a place where I wouldn't have ordinarily been able to afford on my own because I didn't have the income. But that's, and so being able to see these things firsthand is what formulates my later in life adult opinion. So when I'm talking to my younger self, which I do all the time, I talk to my younger self in my brain and I formulate from my younger self to my older self to say, this is why I have changed my opinion on things in life, because as I've aged, I understand the false teachings of what is in the Bible. I can see the Bible more as a scientific and history book of repetition of the planet Earth, not as, I mean, anything other than that. It's like, should we start worshiping Harry Potter? And I would say no. It's in the Bible, do not worship idols. Well, when we do this, doesn't it become worshiping an idol? Jesus becomes an idol. The Bible says do not worship idols. And so remember, I'm talking to myself. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind about anything. I'm just sharing with you why I have my opinion, why my opinion has changed over the span of my lifetime. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not in a place to want to change anybody's opinion. I'm just sharing my opinion. And if people want to leave their opinion in my comments, maybe that's why I don't get any, because I've offered up for people to share their opinion in my comments. And it's not going to bother me, because in many cases, with some people, especially around, we were preaching to the choir, I think, because we kind of have similar beliefs. It's just that the rest of people kind of get stuck in ways. Oh, this one looks like fun, but that's not Jesus, though. We're talking about Jesus today. You like as well. Ask well. And so, oh, that one's cute. Let's put her down here. That one is really cute. I hope I can do justice for this. This is a little stick figure I just come across. It is so cute. I hope I can do justice to it, because okay. Okay, so we're going to put a little bow right here in her hair. It's a little girl, or female. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so she's just a little stick figure. Like that. She's got her hand out like that direction. Her other hand is right here. She's holding her Bible just like this. She's a little child like that. And down here, she's got her little, I'm not sure what it is, but she's got her little cross. I remember my grandma gave me, I think I still had it, but I don't anymore. My grandma had given me, oh, that's cute. That is cute. That's actually cute. And, you know, the thing is, children mimic their parents. Um, someone has a belief that by the age of 6, that children fully understand and have formulated everything in their life based off of their parents. I don't believe that. I don't actually believe that. I think 6 is kind of young to say that children stop learning things. I think that's kind of a young age to say that kids stop. What does this say up here? It says, I love Jesus popsicle stick crafts. Oh, that's what that is. I love Jesus popsicle stick crafts. Well, I think this is it for right now. We'll probably be doing something a little bit later. And so I want to thank those of you who have been here with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again the next time. Feel free to leave comments on this video or other videos. I'm not an ogre like the other YouTube channels might be. Related to, if you want to have an opinion about something, you're welcome to have it. And discuss about things. Thankfully I'm finding other places that really do want to discuss about things, and so we kind of have a nice dialogue back and forth from time to time. I have literally found that in the past few days, people who are willing to have conversations about religion, actually, even too. And it's like, well, why is it that my mindset matches a younger generation and not the older generation? Because I don't believe that the older generation fully believes in all these fairy tales, but, or maybe they're like me and they're off trying to do things like I am. I think that's what's going on. The baby boomers are actually saying, wait, you know, it's like, you know, we really don't believe this crap either. But all right, well, so thank you for watching, and we will see you guys the next time.